All right, let's get into the town square. Today, the epic fight between Main Street and the lobbyists of K Street, the Chamber of Commerce, which of course claims to be for all businesses, but suspiciously seems interested in helping massive corporations rig the game on a government level, often to the detriment of almost every other business in this country, has some small business owners, now represented by a group called the Main Street Alliance, taking on the Chamber of Commerce and its $123 million in lobbying last year alone on health care and financial reform. Daniel Sherry, a member of the Main Street Alliance, and joins us today. What is your sense of the efforts that the Chamber of Commerce makes and whether, in fact, they do or do not represent the interests of all business or just massive corporations?
Hi, Dylan. Thanks for having me on. It's fair to say our group thinks that the U.S. Chamber of Commerce simply is out of touch with small businesses in America. I'm here to say that, first, I should establish I am a strong supporter for your local Chamber of Commerce. I belong to two chambers. I'm on the board of one of them. We do great work in our local communities to support our business community, and the U.S. Chamber is just flat out of touch.
What's the distinction? What's the distinction? I'm sorry to interrupt, but what's the distinction between the local Chamber of Commerce, who you're happy to work with and who helps create local alliances, who obviously helps creating the attractive environment for the businesses that it serves, and the political lobbying organization of the same name? What's the difference?
The difference is hundreds of millions of dollars that the U.S. Chamber is either lobbying Congress to support big big corporate interests, like the tens of millions of dollars that they laundered for the insurance industry to fight health care reform, to the banking industry, to climate change. Large companies like Nike and Apple have left them because of their extreme positions on climate reform. They are extremely right-wing conservative, and they don't represent the broad scope. We feel that there has to be another voice, especially for small business. They absolutely are not fighting for our interests. And
specifically, what is the voice that you seek to represent in a counter to that?
For true small businesses in our community, like we are doing with our local chambers, we believe that there is, there are moral discussions here, moral decisions. It's not always the bottom line. And like, for instance, with health care, we were born to fight for health care reform because we believe it's a fundamental human right. And if the Chamber doesn't understand that, if they want to fight to protect the employer-based system, which is the only one in the world, which puts our international companies at competitive disadvantage, then they can. Yeah. The rest of us think that we should not have an employer-based healthcare system.
Listen, you have an agreement from me. Mr. Sherry, a pleasure. I applaud you on your efforts. We continue to obviously support any effort to develop real business in this country as opposed to game rigging by corporations.